What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. Checking to make sure that the mic was on. This is a kind of a last minute live stream I wanted to fire up for the fellas on YouTube. Figured why not sit back, relax, hang out with you guys, hop in an underdog draft. We're going to hop into they're doing a 20-round Superflex draft, so that'll be fun. We'll kind of talk some quarterbacks, the new moves of Mitch Trubisky, Russell Wilson, the rookies, kind of hang out with you guys. I figured why not give the people some fresh content on a late Wednesday night. How are we doing, everybody? My Wi-Fi has taken forever for me to get into Underdog. But how are we doing? If you're in the chat, let me know what's up. Let me know. Say what's up. Say howdy. I don't know why my laptop is struggling to hop in. Let me know. Is the sound all right? How are we doing? Let me force quit out of some things. All right, we need 5 more to start a Superflex big board draft. That's the move. Wednesday night, love it. What's up? What's up, Joey? How are we doing, everybody? Oh, that's perfect. That's what I've been trying to get. How are we doing? How are we doing? Let me know if anybody out there is on Underdog. If you're not on Underdog, make sure you sign up. My promo code right here, sign up with Ron, and they'll double your deposit. So if you put in $10, they'll add $10. You put in $20, they'll add $20. We're hopping in a Superflex big board draft. Would love to get however many people in this live stream on there. But I want to sit back, hang out with you guys, talk some football, talk some ball. Let me see if I can get this pulled up on my laptop real quick. But how are we doing? Howdy. What's good, Chris? All right, let me just put a link in the chat. I'll put a link on the Twitter. Also, if you're here, slap a like. I've already joined, Joey. I got 3 more people to join. I know it's not on the screen right now, but it's because my laptop's being weird. Yo, what's good, Chandler? You peep the I put a Dynasty Ranks update in the Discord. It's juicy. We need 2 more in this draft, dude. I don't know why it's not letting me sign in. There we go. All right, let me switch up. I'll just keep the banner on for now. I'm telling you guys, how many people do we need in this draft? What? Oh, active. There we go. So we're hopping. We only need 1 more. It's the big board Superflex. You guys can see it right here. $10 to join. It's Underdog's finally doing this, and it's really cool. They're doing a Superflex best ball draft, and it's a seasonal draft. So you don't really see that a ton, and it's a really cool. Okay, so the draft is already starting. So never mind. If you didn't get in, then you're too late. I'm sorry. You get nothing. Allow notifications. Sure, man. Whatever. Walter Picks. You think this is the Walter Picks? I think Walter Picks on I feel like I've seen him on TikTok, right? Isn't there like 1 million Walter Picks accounts? Also, which one are you, Joey? What's your user in here? Also, let me know, is the screen big enough I can zoom in more? I think that it's kind of getting everything that we really need it to get. I'll make my head a little bit bigger. Let me tweet out a link real quick. I don't even need to tweet out a link. We're fine. The YouTube algorithm will help your brother out. Your skill OZ? Okay. Also, feel free to ask me any Dynasty questions, any March Madness questions. You can ask me really anything. I'm down to kind of talk about whatever is on any of your minds. I'm entering hundreds of dollars into March Madness brackets. I think I'm gonna end up with like 5. I think 2 of them are like $100 pools. I've only filled out 1 bracket so far, and it's the one I did for the video. So I will be staying up till like 1 a.m. tonight, filling out a bracket or filling out like 4 different brackets. I know I don't know why I do this to myself, but I've been grinding like crazy recently, putting a lot of stuff together on the back end. For the people that are in the Discord, on the Patreon, you guys know I'm out here grinding for the people. Also, let me make sure that my comments are popping up in the right spot. Let's move this in. Let me know if that comment box is too small. I think it's okay. All right, so we got Allen, Mahomes, Lamar. I really don't think that there's any way you could talk me into not. Or I honestly, if Kyler and Burrow go here, then I'll probably take McCaffrey for fun. I don't know though. I still myself don't really know what direction to go in terms of. I think I might even take Deshaun. Like it could be like a fun contrarian pick to take Deshaun that early, just to get a little bit unique. And I've been yelled at in the past for going unique on these live streams. Like, oh, you should probably do like what like a normal draft would be. Nah. Okay, so Burrow goes. Could go Rodgers, Russ, Dak, Stafford. Could go Deshaun. How fat do we think Deshaun's suspension is going to be? Let's get unique here. Let's go Deshaun in the first round. I know that this like doesn't make a ton of sense, guys. Damn it. Decided we're going McCaffrey. I can't do it. I wanted to do that. I really wanted to take Deshaun there because my thought process behind it is I know it's the 7th pick. His ADP is like 17th. And then you can also even say, oh, his suspension, you shouldn't do that because like people could probably get him in this part of the draft. But if Deshaun plays a full 16-game season, then he would probably be getting drafted around here. And I know that you'd kind of be taking him at his like almost at his ceiling. But to get a top 6 QB is huge in this draft, and then you'd also be getting really unique. Very few people would be taking Deshaun Watson in the first 7 picks. And there's a chance that by the time we get to, August, that in a Superflex draft, Deshaun Watson could be going a lot earlier around here. So I could have done that. I was tempted to. I kind of regret not doing it because it would have been really fun, but I'm taking McCaffrey there because I think that's also a contrarian pick. I don't think a lot of people are taking McCaffrey at 7, especially over JT, Russ, all of these guys. So that's setting me apart. And McCaffrey, in my opinion, is the only running back that can put up numbers that even rivals what the quarterbacks put up. And then that kind of frees me up to not have to take a bunch of running backs early. I can kind of just take McCaffrey and then cut it off there, if that makes sense. Now, next up, I would have loved to get. I really would have loved to get. What's his name? I would have loved to get Burrow if he didn't go the pick before me. If you go Burrow, and then if probably can't get Chase to fall to you, but you could probably set up a nice like Higgins Boyd type stack. That would have been fun. Wow, Brady this early. That's actually a really fun pick. What's Brady's ADP? Brady's ADP 23.2. So reaching on players in best ball like isn't a super plus EV strategy. But it is fun to do here and there just to kind of get really unique. Like I know Overset had like Devontae Adams was like a late first rounder. He also had kind of a similar thing going on to Deshaun where because Aaron Rodgers wasn't going to play, you had a lot of uncertainty which pushed him back in drafts where he was a value. Like there are definitely teams out there that had, damn it, I was hoping for Jamar Chase. All right, so we'll go with Watson, the guy that we wanted earlier. Whatever. But even though that there were teams out there that had Devontae Adams, probably like mid to late second, he took Devontae Adams 3rd overall, just to kind of like, there's no other teams that take him 3rd overall. If he plays well, then he pays off that ADP. And it's just a way to make your team different. You want to stand out in these tournaments, and we're trying, to finish in the top 10 out of 34,000 drafts. You need to hit a really weird combination of players. He said, please tell me the 49ers QB will be Lance. It'll definitely be Lance. I know that they were like meeting with Deshaun or whatever. I really doubt it. All right, you're saying Godwin, the Bucks have reached an agreement, 3 years, $60 million, $40 million guaranteed. Damn, boy. Damn, boy. Dude, where are the Bucks getting that money? What's that? 360, almost like 20 million a year. I guess if it's only 40 guaranteed, it's probably more in like the 12 range, 13, 14 range. That's a lot of money to shell out. Where are they finding that money? He was on the tag, right? So that's nice to see for him, especially fresh off an ACL tear. That's not bad at all. I'm not sure that really changes how I view him in fantasy, but definitely interesting. But how are we doing, fellas? How are we? We got Deshaun, McCaffrey, Kelsey, Fields, Kirk Cousins. I'm trying to think what the move is. I don't hate the idea of getting like a tight end like Kelsey or Andrews in this format so you can kind of free up more spots to take elsewhere. I think Debo's a fun pick. So I'm down. Wow, so A.J. Brown's all the way down here. Man, the wide receivers, I think that it's also a format where if you look, I think it's also a format where you're not starting more wide receivers than running backs. So you really don't need to value wide receivers as much as we usually do. Yeah, so it's 0.5 PPR. Instead of 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, it's 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, 1 tight end, 1 super flex, 1 quarterback. Yeah, so I mean, you can kind of get away with going like very robust RB in this. You said means Godwin has security at last? Yeah, that's true. I think at the end of the day, it's just better for him to stay with his same team. For sure, he could move somewhere and be like the next Stephon Diggs, but you know, we've seen Odell kind of flop. We've seen Allen Robinson flop. Trying to think of other like big name wide receiver signings that like just weren't really that good. I guess Galladay. Like when you change teams and you have a new OC that's like kind of, you know, obviously our target shares are earned, but at the same time like they are definitely influenced by, you know, coaching, and you know, when you get to a new system, you can just get kind of washed away no matter how much money you're getting paid. I think in this spot though, I'm tempted to go Debo. Let's just go Debo. Why not? I don't really like that. I don't really love Debo there, but said, would you trade CEH for the 112 in a 1 quarterback league? I don't really play 1 quarterback, but just off the top of my head, I think I would. Who would go? Who would go? Yeah, you can start 2 quarterbacks. It's Superflex, Joey. I actually would have. You said was thinking going Mahomes, Hill, and Kelsey. That's actually what I would have done. I think that's a really fun start in these drafts if you can go Tyreek Hill and pair him with Kelsey. Just to get like a crazy looking stack in one of these. I really don't mind that. Wow, we're up to 17 viewers. What's up, people? How are we doing? Let me know. Who do you guys have winning your brackets? Again, I filled out the one I did for YouTube where I have Gonzaga, but I really don't know what I'm going to end up with on most of my brackets, if I'm being honest. I was talking about it earlier, but I'm going to be spending a lot of time filling out brackets tonight. You said 112 is Sky Moore territory in 1 quarterback? Yeah, so what's that? Sky Moore, David Bell, like Pickens. Probably not going to get Olave there. Actually, probably won't get Pickens there, but yeah, probably Sky Moore. Probably what, like Rashad White? I think actually I take that back. I hope you didn't like just like hear me say that and pull the trigger, but I think I actually probably just chill. Wow, it's wild you can get Saquon this late. So I would actually really like to get Pitts if we can. If not Pitts, I do think that Tannehill is really interesting. I think that he is kind of okay, so Tannehill goes. Never mind. We're gonna get really ugly at quarterback. I think we might even go as ugly as like 5 QBs deep for fun. Damn. Of course they take Pitts. So Pitts goes. I'm a little confused why Kittle is going after Darren Waller in these. So we have Swift, Chubb. Oh man, I hate my options. This is terrible. All right, let's go Saquon. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I hate this team. I really do hate this team. It's fine though. Chandler, you said you got UCLA winning over Kansas. I don't hate that. I think that's actually a fun pick. I would just say that UCLA is such a long shot to win. I would probably only pick them to win if I was in a pool with like hundreds of people. But I still think that they're a good squad to make it. Where do you think Watson is going to land? Oh, you hate to see that. Where do I think Watson's going to land? What? So it's kind of down between like the Browns, Saints, Falcons. Anyone else in the mix? Browns, Saints, Falcons. Damn. Who's in the mix? There's one other team in the mix. But if I had to guess, I'd say the Falcons make some sense, but they don't it doesn't seem like a team that would why would he want to go there? If the Falcons had to make a move to trade for him, they would be gutted. I think the same thing with the Saints too. I don't think they have a ton to move. Like what could they offer? Chandler, do you have UCLA playing like a rematch against Gonzaga in the Final Four? Panthers is the other team. Who could the Panthers even trade? I guess in theory McCaffrey and a bunch of firsts. Oh yeah, Brian Burns, McCaffrey and 2 firsts or 3 firsts. That could get it done. And they have what, DJ Moore? DJ Moore, Robbie. Man, that defense would be rough though if they take out Brian Burns. I feel like what they have. I'm not a defensive guy, but I know they have Chin. They had Gilmore, but I think that he's gone now. I don't think Gilmore's signed, right? Listen, look. I hop on here and talk about football, but in terms of the defensive players, I really don't keep up a ton with defense. Derek, what's good, my brother? What's good? I'm sorry that you couldn't hop in here. Have you been ripping any of these Superflex ones, Derek? Derek, those are fighting words where I come from, brother. Gonna need you to fall back, soldier. No DJ Moore slander will be tolerated in these parts. I would, dude, if DJ Moore got Deshaun Watson. If DJ Moore got Deshaun Watson, I'm trying to think of the wide receivers I'd put over him in Dynasty. I think it'd probably be Chase, Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Debo. And I think that might be end of list. Maybe I'm an idiot, but I think that would be end of list. I'd imagine that he'd bring Fuller with him as well. Kind of down to do a this could be fun. I'm kind of down as long as Organic can chill out. I would love to pair Deshaun with DJ Moore and just be under the assumption that Carolina has Deshaun, because then we could have Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, and we're setting up like a theoretical Carolina stack if that's where Deshaun Watson goes. I think that's fun. You said you got Duke taking out Gonzaga in the Elite Eight? Okay. I don't hate it. Eric, what's good, man? I feel like we've interacted a bunch on Twitter, man. What's up? You said, what's good, Ron? Saw you were in this draft and checked to see if you were live. What's your user? Like, every time I hop into one of these drafts, I scan the users to see if I know anybody. You said you love DJ Moore, but he just doesn't love the end zone. That's fair. You said you're turning on AJ Brown. Why? AJ Brown's the GOAT. Do you believe Lance is a top 10 QB this year? They seem reluctant to unleash. I have to kind of like take a look at ADP, right? Like, let's go to this view. Get myself out of the way here. So I mean, what's that? This is QB 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Would I have him ahead of Deshaun? No. I think he's a top 12. Like, I think I probably put him ahead of Aaron Rodgers. I put him ahead of Brady. I put him ahead of Hurts. I not put him ahead of Deshaun. But Deshaun, Dak, Russ, Burrows, what's that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I guess, yeah, I do have him as a top 10 QB for seasonal. I think they're going to unleash him more. I know you said that he was kind of limited. He was a rookie last year. He still averaged like 18 points per game. I pulled up like his comps in my database. His floor is like Jalen Hurts. His ceiling could be somebody like a Kyler Murray. He rushes enough. He scored a ton of points. Let me get myself out of this view. I'm an idiot. I'm praying that he didn't take Metcalf. Okay, that's really fun. So let's take Metcalf. Got him at a little bit of a value here. I know he doesn't have the quarterback in Russ anymore, but this is a fun team. Deshaun, McCaffrey, Saquon, Debo, DJ Moore. I really need to start worrying about QB, though. That's fair. You said AJ Brown only has one top 12 season in 3 seasons. I think the problem is I feel like there's not a ton of wide receivers that can say that they have more than 2 in their first 3 years. More than 2 top 12 seasons in their first 3 years. Like, Debo only has 1, right? Debo only has 1. I'm trying to think of guys in their first 3 years that have 2 top 12 seasons. You also got to remember, AJ Brown's got like a top 6 points per game season. But I am trying to think of guys. I mean, I don't think Judy has. I don't think, or not Judy. I wasn't going to say Judy. That was a dumb thing to say. I doubt Deontay Johnson. I doubt McLaurin. I don't think there's a lot of guys you can say that for. I think Mike Evans, when he was coming up, he did. Debo, no. Diggs, no. Tyreek, no. Devontae, no. Damn it, you're right with 2 top 24. Fine. That's fair. You're right that he doesn't have 2 top 24, but his rookie season was really impressive. For a rookie, it's tough to hold him. To. But does he have a top 24 points per game finish in his first year, though? No. Fair concerns you bring up. That's fine. I just think that he's a very talented player. It's really all it comes down to. But I do get the apprehension. I just think he's a special player. Man, I need to really start prioritizing quarterback here. Man, I don't know where to even rank Trubisky in terms of redraft. I think he's a fun redraft guy. Like, he has wheels. He's a mobile guy. He's gonna have Claypool now, Deontay Johnson, Freiermuth. Like, this offense might kind of elevate Mitch Trubisky into a fantasy starter. Man, 2020 and 2019 are ugly seasons to be looking at, though. You said you are... Oh, so just Eric backwards. I get it. You said J-Jets has 2. Odell did, yeah. But, like, those guys are just, like, otherworldly. Maybe D-Hop did. It's fair, though. When you put A.J. Brown into the top 3 conversation, you need him to perform that way. Maybe Michael Thomas? I feel like Michael Thomas, I want to say he had a top 12 as a rookie, but I don't know after that. I was going to say maybe Ridley, but I don't think so. I want to say Ridley was top 24 as a rookie, though, or at least close. He said, how do you feel about Zach Wilson as a fantasy prospect? Jets seem to be building the right way to succeed. I'm a Jets fan, so it's tough for me to. I think at times I'm a little bit too harsh on the Jets. I know Eric is in here, and he is a firm. Anybody who touches the team is going to be bad forever. Type guy. Man, I'm trying to think what the move is here. Let's go Amari. No, I can't go Amari over Elijah Moore. We'll go Elijah Moore. This is, of course, Jets talk. Dick, you don't have him as a top 12 in Dynasty? Or redraft? But how do I feel about I like Zach Wilson coming out. I have him as he's a pretty strong like prospect. He was mobile in school. I'm not a film guy, but the film guys really liked what they saw from him. I fell in love with his game during the Titans game when he, directing traffic and just pointing and fucking bombing it downfield. Like, he's a really special arm talent. I will say, as a Jets fan, like a lot of the Jets quarterbacks I've seen, they all suck. It sucks. I would love to see it though. Like, I think that there's a chance for Zach Wilson where he comes out here in year 2 and is just like really good, right? We do see guys have that year 2 jump as rookie after being rookie quarterbacks. I want to say Goff did. I want to say Wentz did. I'm trying to think of the other guys, but there's a lot of guys where it kind of takes a year where your first year you just suck and you're a rookie quarterback, whatever. So it wouldn't surprise me. I do like that they have Elijah Moore. I like Berrios. They just added 2 tight ends. Really not a huge fan of Uzomah and Conklin, but I do think if we can just get, if we can just spend a second round pick on a wide receiver, get Sky Moore, get David Bell, George Pickens, any of those guys in the second round. I'm even interested. Actually, no, I was going to say Jamison Williams, but I don't want to. I know that you have to spend the first round pick to get him. But yeah, any of those guys would be really fun. If we can just add one more guy, I just want to really build around him. Probably I would love to at 4th. I would love to get Evan Neal or Ekwonu, build around him, and just give him no excuses to fail, I guess. We're going to go Baker or Jameis here. But yeah, as a Jets fan, it's hard for me to be as, like, I'm almost too harsh on them, like I said. I know, but Derek is the most harsh on the Jets. So Baker or Jameis. We'll go Baker. I don't even really like Baker, but why not? He had a fine season, and as a rookie, he played well. I'm trying to think of other guys that. Also, for anybody out there that's like, if any of you guys out there are tape guys or X's and O's guys, I know we have Becton. If we draft Ekwonu or we draft Neal 4th overall, who's gonna get kicked out to the right tackle spot? Would it be Becton or would it be Neal / like Ekwonu? Like, Becton's so big, you probably want to keep him on the left side, but at the same time, like, he's just not that great. Like, I would love to have a situation where, I know that this is, like, wishful thinking, but I would love to have a situation where we have, like, our Orlando Brown and Ronnie Stanley, where we just have, like, 2 insanely good tackles. That'd be a dream. But, yeah. My hope for the Jets is at the top we get, I just want whoever is left of, in no order. I think if I was to pick an order, though, I think I would go Neal, Thibodeau. Actually, I don't know anything about offensive line, so I don't know. I'm the wrong guy to ask. I don't know anything about the line. It's tough, but I just, in no order, the 4 that I want: Ekwonu, Neal, Thibodeau, Hutchinson. Whoever is on the board at the 4 spot, take him. That's all I want. If we get Kyle Hamilton, I'll be pissed. If we take Drake London at the 10 spot, be pissed. I don't want any of those. I want edge, lineman, corner. You said if Baker ends up a Colt, he will have a great season. I like that take. I'd love to see the Colts add like one more. They need another weapon. I'm coming around on Pittman. He had a really good target share. He's really not as bad as I was saying. I think that he is, his career trajectory looks a lot like Cortland Sutton, Kenny Golladay, and Michael Gallup. So I do think that he is a nice wide receiver 3 that's going to have some spike, wide receiver 2 seasons where even he can get to the high end, like a wide receiver 13, wide receiver 14 kind of guy. But yeah. Derek, you said you have Chase, Hill, Jefferson, Higgins, Adams, Debo, Kupp, Lamb, Evans. Wow, you have Evans in your top 12. That's interesting. You said they prob just see in camp. I'd guess it'd be easier to move Becton to right tackle simply because he didn't play much last year, so it's easier for him to reprogram. Yeah, I hope so. I wonder if he played right tackle at any point in his career, or if like Ekwonu or Neal could have played right tackle their entire careers at their schools, and I wouldn't have known. Dawson Knox, Cooks, Kadarius Toney, Adam Thielen. Oh, Davis Mills is disgusting. That is disgusting. That's where we're at with quarterbacks, huh? Let's go Cooks. Why not? I don't even really like Cooks there, but I think that that's a fine pick. So we're now at 5 wide receivers. I think I'm going to cut it off there. I think that the goal should probably be, I want to say we're going to try and go with 4 quarterbacks. We could maybe even go 5. I think we need 3 tight ends. We need minimum 3 tight ends. We could probably cut it off at running back at like 4 or 5. Let's be conservative. We'll say 3 tight ends. We'll say 5 running backs. So that's 8. Let's say 5 quarterbacks. 5 plus 8, 13. So then 7 wide receivers. Okay, so we could probably actually cut it off at 6 wide receivers. We could maybe do like 5, 6, 6, 3. Would that work? 5, 6, 6 is 17, 3. Okay, 5, 6, 6, 3 would be fun. I'm just thinking through roster construction here. When I say 5, that's 5 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. 5, 6, 6, 3, which would be 20. Okay, 20 rounds in the draft. Okay. I'm also shocked at how ADP values Kenny Pickett like so heavily over Corral. I mean, I guess it's because Pickett is kind of a lock to get better draft capital, but I'm really not that interested in Pickett. I think that Pickett's kind of like, I don't think he's going to be that good. I don't like quarterbacks that wear gloves. That's just whack. And his hand size is bad. He's not like super mobile or anything. Dawson Knox is really slipping here. I think wow, Freiermuth is also available. How far down does Knox get bumped after they signed O.J. Howard? I feel like not a ton. Damn it, let's go Ayuk. All right. So we got to stop taking wide receivers. It's just that wide receivers keep being the best player available on the board, even though I should probably just start reaching on quarterbacks like Pickett there. We still have Corral. I'm not too scared until we get to I'm pretty scared once we get down here, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. But we'll take 5 and take some dart throws. Yeah, this is bad. I probably should have taken quarterback sooner. That needed to be Pickett or Corral. It's whatever, though. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I am a trained professional. Oh, Jesus. I'll say a lot of these guys are thin at quarterback. This guy only has 2, but he has Murray and Trey Lance. He doesn't quite have the 2 that I have. Yeah, before you got in here, Chandler was saying that he just got signed to a long-term deal. Doesn't change a ton of how I view him, but it's doesn't change a ton with how I view him. But what am I trying to say? But it's nice to see him get a good deal after tearing his ACL, like with the Earl Thomas thing where he tears his ACL. Like, you hate to see a guy like play on a 1-year deal or play on the tag and get screwed by injuries and then never be able to cash out. So it's nice. Does anybody know what like the APY is or whatever? You said Knox living because Bill signed OJ Howard. Yeah, I think I was saying that. It's just I don't know how much that affects Dawson Knox. Like, does OJ Howard become? He's not going to be the tight end 1, but I guess it does hurt Knox. Not very high on Knox, anyways. Really, it is interesting. You said that injury ruins his value, Godwin. Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of him in Dynasty. I think I'm below market on him. I know Todd really likes him, and he's great. Like, I know that he had that in his 3rd year, he had a really good year, but he's never commanded like a really high target share. He wins on efficiency, but that's really only going to be there with Brady, and Brady probably only plays another year. I mean, maybe he plays more than a year. It is tough. It is tough, but with Godwin, like, it's tough with Godwin because he's more of a win now asset, and he's not going to be playing for this year. So I do just have a tough time with Godwin. I'd rather ship him if I can. I've been trying to ship him. Dude, I am begging Matt Corral to make it to me. I'm begging him. Please. If not, I will take Mariota. I will reach on Mariota if I need to. I don't want to. Do we think Drew Lock? How many games do you guys think Drew Lock starts this year? Damn, 20 mil APY. I guess that's like without like the guarantees and stuff, but that's pretty crazy. Like, does that show up in the cap space? Is he 20 mil cap hit? All right, we're gonna go Coral. I don't mind Coral as a prospect. He's very easily my QB2. He ran a lot in school too. He's like, he hit really great thresholds. Ron the GOAT, what's good, brother? I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, I'd prefer Frymuth over Knox as well in redraft. Yeah, Todd loves Chris Godwin. In his defense, Todd loves points more than he loves anything else, which is like not a terrible strategy. Derek, you're saying hopefully Drew Lock doesn't play? That would be a fun stack though, to get Drew Lock to a DK Metcalf stack. Be kind of fun. Do we think he'd make it into the lineup at any point? We got Cordarrelle, Melvin Gordon, Henry, Fant. Could go Fant. I'm down to kind of get Fant and set up a Seattle stack. That could be fun. I'm gonna really wait on running back here. I would love to wait and just take like Zamir White and somebody else later on. You're saying that you kind of hope Geno Smith. I feel like Geno Smith sucked last year for him. I could be wrong. He was a great Jets quarterback. You said, I imagine the cap hit is almost flat, 18 to 20, 20, 22, given how much he got guaranteed. That makes sense. Dude, that's a fat cap hit for a team that has a lot of really good players. Like, I don't know how they can afford that. Could be an idiot. Maybe it's pushed back. Maybe he's... I do wonder, does that then negate the tag? Like, because they tagged him, right? So this year, I guess if they work out a long-term deal, that breaks that off. So don't sleep on Kevin Harris. I don't mind Kevin Harris at all. I'd say Kevin Harris is one of the guys that I'd have as like my favorite like sleeper type guys. trying to think of quarterbacks that had like a really good year two after like a pretty shitty year one. Dude, it was an all-time Jets moment when Geno Smith got his jaw dislocated by some random defensive like lineman. Wild. Just wild. The epitome of Jets football was that night. Just wild scenes for the boy. We got Boyd. We got Chark now on Detroit. That's interesting. It's not really that interesting. I would like to get Fuller to stack with Watson, but I don't think we need another wide receiver. Ideally, we get 5 quarterbacks. I will say, quarterbacks looking rough, man. Ritter is fun. Taysom is not super fun. Like I'm not sure any of these quarterbacks start a lot of games. Does Howell start any games? I guess Howell is a guy that could outperform his expected draft capital, where he could sneak into the first round and it wouldn't shock me at all. Mariota, Locke, Howell. I guess we could go with 5 quarterbacks. You said his deal negates a tag. Godwin deal probably has 2 void years in the end, so the Bucks can spread the bonus across the max or 5 years now. That makes sense. The max of 5 years. Derek, I'm sorry to say it, but I don't know who Ray Lucas is. Did Ray Lucas play for the Jets? Because if he did, then I look bad. But he also probably wasn't playing while I was alive. Or maybe he was. Maybe I just didn't have a stream of consciousness yet. The only Jets quarterbacks I can remember. You know, we want to know a deep cut from the Jets? Only true Jets fans will know this guy, Kellen Clemens. Deep cut. Kellen Clemens. It's a fun backup quarterback for the Jets. But Jets quarterbacks I can remember on top of my head, Brett Favre, Pennington. I know Testaverde, Namath, obviously. Sanchez, Geno, Greg McElroy, Tebow, Bryce Petty, Hackenberg, Darnold. It's ugly, guys. That's memory lane of the shit show that the Jets put on a lot of the time. So we got James Robinson, Gainwell. We're looking at tight ends. We're looking at... I think Evan Ingram's ADP is just wrong. We're not going to go with another... We could go with another wide receiver. Let's go Logan Thomas. I think this is actually a decent price for Logan Thomas. Neil O'Donnell? I've never heard of that. Never heard of him. I'm trying to think of some other fun, a lot of it, like Josh McCown. I do remember the Bryce Petty days. I remember Taj Boyd. We drafted him, the Clemson guy. Trying to think of old school Jets guys. Was maybe like Kevin O'Brien a Jets quarterback at some point? I pulled that name out of the corner of my brain. Just know I'd love to take Evan Ingram here if I can. I hope that nobody that's watching this is on here, but... He said he was the quarterback for the Steelers and he threw 4 interceptions against the Cowboys, and I think after that he became the Jets quarterback. Jeez, man. That's rough. I'm trying to think of anybody else that I can remember off the top of my head. Derek, who would you rank as your top 5 Jets quarterbacks of all time? I need to know what the people think. All right, so Ritter went. We're gonna take Locke here. I think Locke's actually a really fun pick. As long as to the Mooney doesn't do it, which would be really annoying. Who's this guy gonna take? Please don't take Locke. All right, bet we'll take Drew Lock. I don't even like Drew Lock, but I think that it's fun with Metcalf and Noah Fant there. Why not? This is a fun team because then you have Deshaun, and if he links up in Carolina, we have Deshaun, McCaffrey, DJ Moore. Is there a Carolina tight end that anybody cares about? I feel like no. I know that like Dan Arnold is there, but Dan Arnold got traded to the Jags. Remember that? So who do they even have at tight end? Tommy Tremble. That's interesting. That could be a fun late round flyer. Oh, we threw the picks in Super Bowl? That's interesting. The last time the Steelers were in the Super Bowl without Ben Roethlisberger. I would say, that's a deep one. But all right, what do we got? What do we got up here? Got Visca Howell. What do the people think about the CJ Uzomah signing? I got to be honest, as a Jets fan, like I'm not. 49, 505. I hate to say it, but that would like probably be like our leading pass catcher last year, which hate to see it. Would be nice to see Corey Davis get healthy, though. Would love to see Corey Davis get healthy. Would love to draft like a proper like flanker. I don't know who in this draft class really has like a flanker skill set besides like I guess like Jamison Williams does or Williamson. I don't think London does. Like a true flanker that are like wide receivers that I like. I guess Dotson is kind of, but is he more of a slot guy? Oh, Fitzpatrick. I forgot about Fitzpatrick. Derek, I hate to say it, but I've never heard of this Boomer guy, which is probably a bad look by me. Brett Favre, for the small stint that he played for us. I actually saw Brett Favre play at MetLife when he played for the Jets for that brief stint. I heard a story that apparently Brett Favre, when he was playing for the Jets, and he only knows like West Coast, I guess. And I think the Jets were playing in probably like a pro style offense or something different from West Coast. And they had a translator there because like West Coast and like a normal offense, like the way that you call the plays are like two different languages. And the OC would tell I guess like an assistant coach, like the quarterback coach, like the play, and then he would transfer it into West Coast and then feed it back to Brett Favre, which is pretty crazy. All right, if Sam Howell is here, I just have to take him based on principle, just because he's a quarterback. We'll get our fifth quarterback, and that'll be fine. We'll take 5 quarterbacks, and that'll be good. So I do like the idea of going 5, 6, 6, 3. Oh, is he like the he's the I was gonna say is he on TV? That makes sense then. I know who Boomer is. I will say though, if I'm thinking of a Boomer that's on TV, I'm thinking of Chris Berman. Chris Berman was my hero, man. I would watch him on the Fastest 2 Minutes like every Sunday night before Sunday Night Football when I was a kid. I used to love it, man. I still remember he had there was one like Garrett Blunt run. He was like, poof, poof. I was gonna do a whoop, but I couldn't. I couldn't get there. I'm sorry. But how are we doing, everybody? We're kind of slowing down in this draft here. We're slowing down on viewers a little bit. How are we doing? I got to be honest, when we're this deep in a draft, I do not have a ton to talk about. I'm sorry. At this point, we know what we're doing. We're done looking at quarterbacks. We got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are done with wide receivers. So our idea, right? So 5, 6, 6 is 17, 3. Okay, so yeah, that's what we'll do. How are we doing? Again, if you got any March Madness questions, you got any Dynasty questions, you got any football takes you want from the boy, future plans with the channel, let me know. I just want to hang out with the fellas. And, the 0.3% chance that there is a female in this live stream, hang out with the fellas and the females. How are we doing? It's also weird when you draft on live stream because you can't say a ton. There's one player I really want that's on the board, but if I say that, and I know that, I know Eric is in here. I'm not trying to have him know what I'm up to. I'm sorry, Eric. But because Eric picked so close to me. Come on. Let me get my boy, please. I beg of you, sir. Man, To the Mooney keeps timing out. All right, perfect. I wanted Njoku. They released Hooper today. I know they have Harrison Bryant. I had a guy in my replies on Twitter. I was gassing up Njoku. He's like, they have Harrison Bryant, right? Yes, I know. But Njoku was roughly a 60% route guy. Hooper was roughly a 60% route guy, and Bryant was roughly a 25% route guy. You figure with Hooper leaving that David Njoku probably he's not going to get 100% route participation, but he'll probably go from 60 to 85 maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of pulling that number out of my ass, but there's a world where they trade for Deshaun Watson and Njoku goes to the moon, or you could easily see Kevin Stefanski kind of, this run-first offense really hasn't been super encouraging for them, I guess is the word I would say. I don't know what the word I would say for that is, but hasn't been super beneficial. Of course, when you have Chubb, you want to establish the run, but they've been so low in pass volume and pace of play that you'd think that they'd want to crank it up a little bit. Now it's hard to predict it year to year in terms of pass volume, but you want to bet on players like Njoku where they have a couple outs, he has one out where they could crank up the pass volume. He has another where Baker could spike in efficiency, and he has another where Deshaun Watson could come in and just elevate all parts of that offense. Deshaun Watson comes in, that's very fun. Also, the Njoku pick is fun because he stacks with Baker and potentially Deshaun Watson, or essentially Deshaun Watson. You said, how do you feel about Justin Fields this year? I like him. I love Justin Fields as a prospect. I put my neck out on the line for him. Kind of disappointed in year one. Who'd they bring in as their coach? Oh, defensive-minded coach. I really don't know who their OC is now, though. Chicago Bears coaching staff. But Allen Robinson's lead. Oh, Matt Eberflus. Oh, they didn't get it. What? I thought Eberflus was a defensive guy. He is a defensive guy. Offensive coordinator is Luke Getsy. I don't even know who that is. I hate to say it. Skills, you said, or Joey, you said you're reaching here. You got Kaepernick? You think he comes back and plays? I don't know about that, brother. It's interesting. It's fun. But yeah, with Fields, I just hope they add more talent. I think Mooney's actually really sick. I liked Mooney. I also think that as long as they just have, it's hard to say that they're going to have a competent OC, but if they can just design runs for Justin Fields, he has the wheels at the very least that he can just catch a top 12 season without being super productive. I think Justin Fields' floor, right, is let's say he's not a good quarterback long term. I think his floor is probably somewhere in the range of Jalen Hurts, Blake Bortles. Who's the other one I was thinking of? Just guys that had like spikes early. Just like weird one-off years. All right, so we're actually good at tight end now. All we need is running back. We're going to go Zamir White here. Zamir White is easily like my favorite rookie running back right now. He's my RB4 in this class after the big three. So getting him that late is really fun. But yeah, Fields is tough. I mean, I'm not a big believer in Kmet. I do like Mooney. I think they need one more. I think they need one or two more playmakers. But yeah, like I said, Blake Bortles, Hurts. I can't remember who the other guy was, but you know what I mean? I think he could just get there with like wheels alone, where he could just kind of catch a spike season in top 12, but it is tough. I want to see actually where he's going in this draft, like where he went in terms of quarterbacks. So he went 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So QB 15 right after Trey Lance in the third round. QB 15. Is there any guys behind him that would take ahead of him? No. So yeah, I don't mind him at all. Really just the Konami thing. Hopefully they just scheme him for runs and he could, you know, do his thing. Jeez, my disk is almost full. Why is that? I'm not even using storage right now. How is that even true? Oh, jeez, that's not what I want. All right. You said that's bold on White? Yeah, I haven't dug a ton. I just know that I know the model likes him. He's supposed to get day 3 draft capital. I know Lance Zierlein liked what he saw from him on tape. I know he played at on a really strong team. Like he's just like solid. I think that he's just like a solid running back. I know that he was a really highly sought after recruit as well, which I like. Sony Michel, Dearness Johnson. Why not go Kenyon Drake? I don't even really like Kenyon Drake, but I think that he's fun here. You said you feel like if Julio Jones is going to end up in Chicago, that'd be really fun. So you think White looked better than Cook? Yeah, but I do have them like back to back. No, I meant to say Derek. I meant to say that I have him as my RB4. I don't have him 4 overall. No, sir. I have him as like I think I have him as like a late second in the. I actually dropped the new rankings update today. It's on the Discord. Should probably actually put a copy on the Patreon, which I'll actually do once I'm done here. But yeah, that's not what I meant to say. I have him as my RB4. I meant the big 3 as in Walker, Spiller, and Hall. I also put a poll on Twitter yesterday that I asked the people what they, because I was updating the dynasty ranks all yesterday, today. Devonta Smith, Elijah Moore, Treylon Burks, Chris Godwin. How would you rank them in dynasty? The poll said Elijah Moore, then Godwin, then Burks, then Devonta Smith. Personally, I have it almost the opposite. I have I have Treylon Burks, Devonta Smith, Elijah Moore, Chris Godwin. That's how I would do it. You said you have Kevin Harris that high. Oh no, you do. You have Zamir White RB4, and then you got Harris next. Yeah, I like that. I don't mind it. I know people love Kevin Harris. If Kevin Harris got day 3 draft capital, I think I would be as into him as you. I think or not day 3. I mean day 2. If Kevin Harris goes 3rd round, then I think that he'd be my RB5 as well. I know the model really likes him too. And I'm not just going to blindly follow the model, but for right now I am, until I kind of dig deeper and kind of find a reason not to believe what the model thinks. Let me look it up though. I'm gonna pull up I'm gonna pull up my prospect database and kind of see what it even likes about Zamir White and Kevin Harris. I know Kevin Harris showed up as one of the top, kind of like dart throw guys, or not dart throw guys, but just I think he was the top. He was one of the top guys who didn't get day 1 or 2 draft capital, which just means that he's a strong profile, independent of draft capital. You'd go Godwin, Devonta Smith, Treylon Burks, Elijah Moore. That's fair. Look at our running back database. If the stream starts lagging or getting slow, let me know. So Kevin Harris. I'm actually curious. So yeah, the draft capital sucks, but his age profile is sick, which means what? He's like 21 early declare maybe? Yeah, 21 early declare is nice. He has a good breakout age. Yeah, he's a strong breakout age, and then kind of after that, it's whatever. But yeah, his age profile, his breakout age is nice. Kind of decent stats the rest of the way. Relative athletic score was pretty good, was like above average. All right, so what are we looking at here? I'd be down to take Kevin Harris just for you in the last round. Kyron Williams, Jamal Williams, Deonta Foreman, Sermon, Darrell Williams, James White, Jerome Ford. I'm going to go Jamal Williams. I don't even really like Jamal Williams, but I think that he will be the backup running back on that team. You said Burks and Smith could flip, depending on where he gets drafted. How come you're so firm on Godwin number 1 there? I'm personally not big on Godwin. I guess just from where I see it as from a dynasty perspective, he is kind of a win now asset, and he's not going to give you fantasy points this season with his ACL injury. So I'm not super interested in Godwin. Maybe that's a bad way of thinking about it, though. Just know that as long as nobody snipes me, I will be going Kevin Harris here. Now, Derek, why do you like him? You like him? You like his film or numbers? What's up? He also has good size. What is he? What is 70 inches? I can't stand that shit. 70 inches is like what, like 5'10", 220? That's nice. .5% receiving yard market share is nice. His first year. It's actually really solid. No, that was his second year. So pretty much a sophomore season. It's just really clean, early declare, fine athlete. If he gets day 3 draft capital, I'll be interested. I actually want to see if I give him day 3 draft capital, what does that do to him? All right, we're gonna be on the clock soon. Gaskin, Foreman. Yeah, we'll go Kevin Harris here if we can. But all right, so I'm gonna give Kevin Harris. What is Zamir White's draft capital? So if I give Kevin Harris 3rd round draft capital, I actually want to see where that puts him. If I give Kevin Harris 3rd round draft capital, he gets bumped up to I'll give him 3rd round draft capital. Yeah, he becomes my RB5 right after Zamir White. So that's actually really fun. So consider me a Kevin Harris fan. I don't think he gets 3rd round draft capital. I have him right now with like 7th round draft capital, but even if he gets 4th round draft capital, where does that put him for me? Let's say he gets 4th round draft capital. I think that puts him at RB6 for me behind James Cook. Or not for me, but the model. Yeah, he becomes RB6 behind just James Cook. So yeah, he has a strong profile. You just need him to get, 5th round draft capital at the very least would be nice. All right, we took Kevin Harris. That's going to wrap it up for today. As always, I love you guys. You can go full screen. I love you guys. Have a good night. I'm going to be staying up till probably like 1 a.m. filling out brackets like the degenerate that I am. If you're out there, if you're not on Underdog, I'm telling you guys, if you want to keep up with seasonal ADP, you want to go out here, you can get on drafts and do like rookies and sophomores drafts. It's just really fun. You go out there, do best ball drafts, you can win a lot of money. I won $2,000. I turned $5 into $2,000 on the Bills-Chiefs playoffs games. If you're interested in NBA, if you're interested in March Madness, there's over-unders on there. I'm telling you, if you're not on there yet, hop in there. Use code RON. When you deposit $10. They'll match that $10. You got $20 in your account. You can do that all up to $100. If you deposit $100, they'll deposit $100, and you'll have $200 in your account when you use code RON. When you deposit, there should be. Damn it, I don't know if I pinned that message, but it should be in the description where you can just click on a link and it'll send you right there where it has the promo code locked in and everything like that. So with that being said, I love you guys. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Also, by the way, we are going to start posting videos more often now. I'm kind of considering this almost like season 2 of the channel, where like I would consider like the true season 1, like, redraft 2021. Or I mean, if you want to get like into the weeds, season 1 is probably redraft. I don't know. Regardless, whatever. If that's season 1, this is going to be season 2. This is like the soft launch where we did the March Madness video on Monday. We're doing a live stream today. I should have we're going to do a startup mock draft. I'll probably do that tomorrow, where if you're in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord down below. We're going to do a startup mock draft because I just finished up my new Dynasty rankings. If you're on the Patreon, check those out. I love getting feedback from you guys when I put that type of stuff out. So we'll do that. And then tomorrow I'm going to record probably like a Dynasty buy and sells video for fun. So that'll be 4 pieces of content for the first time since like January. So we'll have 4 pieces of content. Then next week, I'll try and get in like the 5 range. Still need to kind of tie up some loose ends on Monday and Tuesday. But then after that, we should be at like almost daily videos. And we're going to go hard. I just need to do stuff on the back end, deal with some, like taxes, merch, rankings, built like 3 freaking prospect models, which are going to be amazing once I show them all to you. But that's all for today. As always, love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.